So, welcome everyone. This is session 5 of Jungsando's 7-week meditation program. In the previous session, we explored the 3 main energy vessels within the body, pathways that allow energy to circulate and support vitality during meditation. Today, we turn our attention to purification, the process of clearing and illuminating these energy pathways to deepen your meditative experience. In our practice, purification means removing energetic blockages and filling the vessels, specifically the penetrating, governing, and conception vessels that we discussed last week, with light. How do we fill our bodies with light? We do so through Om Hum breathing meditation and by chanting divine mantras, namely the Teochew and the Shichonjuju mantras. These practices enable us to accumulate and radiate spiritual light, facilitating healing and inner transformation. When chanted with intention, the Teochew and Shichonjuju mantras allow us to absorb the pure energy of the universe. Sound is energy, capable of healing or harming, depending on the purpose behind it. The mantra is a sacred arrangement of sound vibrations forming the foundation of existence. Mantras help us align with the primordial energies of heaven and earth. To fully grasp this, we must understand Yulya, the underlying force that drives all transformation. Yulya is the purest manifestation of yin and yang energy and the source of the universe's creative and regenerative power. Through its harmonious circulation, the universe sustains its eternal life. Today, we'll focus on using the lower Tanjan as an energy portal to receive and store cosmic light. We'll also use the resonance of mantras and the vibrations from our chanting to dissolve blockages in the energy vessels. We'll discuss cosmic light in more depth in a later session. As a reminder, there are 3 key energy centers or Tanjan. Pull up the slides here. Here we go. The upper Tanjan around the forehead, centered at the pineal gland. We also have the middle Tanjan, which is near the chest, and the lower Tanjan, about 2 to 3 inches below the navel. Let's pause to reflect on the relationship between the tangible and intangible in these energy centers. The lower Tanjan stores our vital life force. Though it has no physical form, it governs physical functions existing as pure energy. The pineal gland, on the other hand, in the upper Tanjan, is a small physical organ, but it connects us to the spiritual realm. This interaction reflects the balance of yin and yang, showing how the body's material and immaterial aspects are deeply interwoven. So we're going to start the meditation today. And again, as we always do, let's begin by aligning our perineum with the 0 coordinates. And I'll pull up the slide as a visualization. So let's align our perineum, which is the energy gateway between the genitalia and the anus, with the 0 coordinates of an imaginary X and Y axis on the ground. Envision yourself sitting at the origin point, the center of the universe. In the world of Tao, thought carries immense creative power. What we vividly imagine becomes real. By placing your spiritual awareness at this universal center, you open yourself to its concentrated energy. Gently tilt your pelvis forward to straighten your spine and keep your shoulders relaxed. On each exhale, visualize energy flowing downward from your crown chakra to the perineum, traveling along the penetrating vessel. And I'm going to show you. So last week we discussed the 3 energy vessels. We're going to meditate today with the penetrating vessel, which is the vessel that cuts through the middle of your body connecting the crown chakra to the perineum as shown here. So again, on each exhale, visualize energy flowing downward from your crown chakra to the perineum, traveling along the penetrating vessel. Let your breath release all tension. On each inhale, open your lower tanjan and draw in the radiant cosmic energy. As you inhale, allow the light to rise again to the crown chakra. We're going to begin with the Om and Hum mantra meditation. So similarly, when you exhale, you're going to exhale with Om, visualizing vibrations breaking through the blockages along the penetrating vessel. And we'll inhale with Hum, drawing energy upward. Once again, let the vibrations move along the penetrating vessel. Let's try this with music. So just to recap, when you exhale, you're going to exhale with Om, and you inhale with Hum. Oh, and I'll pull up this slide to help guide you. So exhale, bring the energy down the penetrating vessel, and meditate with Om. And when you inhale, because it's not easy to inhale and recite the mantra at the same time, internalize that sound and inhale with Hum. But even as you internalize the sound, because it's energy, you can still feel the vibrations and allow the vibrations to break down the blockages along the penetrating vessel. And I'll play the music as a guide as well. So as you're listening to the mantra sounds, use that sound to also vibrate through your penetrating vessel to break down the blockages. Okay. So again, with your shoulders relaxed, back straight, close your eyes gently. It'll help you to concentrate. And then we're going to start with, you can start with either an inhale or an exhale, but when you inhale, bring your focus down to your lower tanjan as prep, and then prepare to bring the energy up with Hum. And when you exhale, starting from the crown chakra, bring the energy down to the perineum, which is past the lower tanjan, with Om. Okay, so we'll do this for about 10 minutes. So next, we're going to try the same thing. Try this meditation using the two mantras that we learned in the previous sessions, the Shichunjuju and the Teruchu mantras. So similarly, as you're breathing in and out along the penetrating vessel, you will feel some resistance, and those are energy blockages along that path. So again, use the vibrations of the sounds from the mantras to, with your thoughts, to break down those blockages. So how it usually works, how I usually do it is, as I'm breathing up and down, I'm carrying my breath, and with my thoughts, I'm also carrying the energy along the penetrating vessel. And when you feel a resistance, bring awareness to it, and then try to push past it with your thoughts. And sometimes you may have to skip over it, but then try to achieve the full path from the crown chakra to the perineum. And it may take you longer, to move along the penetrating vessel because of the resistance, but that's okay. So just continue to and try to move past those blockages with your thoughts, and over time it will clear. So we're going to do the next set of the next meditation using the Shichunjuju and Teruchu mantras. So we'll try to do this for about 30 minutes. And I think this is the longest that we've ever meditated in these sessions, but let's just try it. So again, when you're breathing in, here, it doesn't matter. So we're going to use, with one recitation of each mantra, we're going to breathe in, and with another recitation, we'll breathe out. So if you're familiar with the mantras, you can use that as a guide. But if you're not familiar with the mantras, it's okay. Just set your own rhythm and pace for the breathing, and just use the music as a guide, and then also focus on the vibrations from the sounds to break down those blockages. So let's start. And remember, if you want to start with an inhale, bring the focus down to the lower tanchon. Start there as prep. And then as you inhale, bring the energy and your breath up along the penetrating vessel to the crown chakra. And as you exhale, you're going to bring that energy and that breath down along the penetrating vessel. So go at your own pace, and use the music as a guide. So don't rush, just focus on your breath and the movement along that penetrating vessel, and bring awareness to any resistance or any of the blockages, and try to move past it with your breath. Okay, good luck.
웅치 태울 천사문구 웅리 죄야 노래 웅리 암리 사파 웅치 태울 천사문구 웅리 죄야 노래 웅리 암리 사파 웅치 태울 천사문구 웅리 죄야 노래 웅리 암리 사파 웅치 태울 천사문구 내 죄야 노래 내 함리 사파 지음지태울 천사원고 내 죄아도래 니암니사파 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 지음지태울 천사원고 훔치 태울 천사문구 훔치야 노래 훔니 사파 훔치 태울 천사문구 훔치야 노래 훔니 사파 훔치 태울 천사문구 훔치야 노래 훔니 사파 훔치 태울 천사문구 내 죄야 노래 내 함내 사파 제
Great. So that was 30 minutes. I hope everyone was able to meditate for the whole time, but if not, that's okay. Because the more you practice, the longer you can sustain the meditation. So this concludes our the meditation part of today's session. We're gonna now move on to the question and answer. But before we do so, I wanted to kind of sum up what we learned today. Today we learned how to purify our internal energy pathways using breath and sacred sound. So those pathways, once again, are the penetrating vessel, which cuts through the middle of your body, connecting the crown chakra to the perineum. The governing vessel. So we didn't really meditate at all with the governing and the conception vessels. We usually like to reserve these two vessels for the extended session. I think just to keep the meditation simple and straightforward, and also because the governing and conception vessels tend to be a little bit more difficult to grasp. So we're going to spend more time with the other two vessels in the extended session. So don't worry about that. But today, our main focus was clearing the penetrating vessel. If you wanted to practice at home, the concept is the same. So with the breath, with an inhale, you would move your energy along with your breath up the governing vessel, past the crown chakra, down to the philtrum, and then starting from, and with an exhale, starting from your lower chin, you would move your breath and your energy down along the conception vessel back to the perineum to complete that loop, and you would repeat with your breath. So if you wanted to try it at home, that's fine too. It's the same concept. But again, you will find some resistance along these paths. But if you do, it's okay. Just try to move past them with your breath and your thoughts too, because thoughts move energy. So you can try that at home, but we will discuss it and we'll practice with these two other vessels in the extended session. So today we cleared the penetrating vessel. We worked on clearing the penetrating vessel using breath and the sacred sounds, Om, Hum, and the Shichun Juju and the Teochew mantras. These practices help dissolve blockages and fill the body with light. In the next session, we'll go further, learning how to activate the body's healing potential through light genes or God DNA. And we're going to explain that in the session. So we actually have, after today, we have 2 more sessions left. We usually don't record the last 2 sessions. So sessions 1 to 5 really focused on the anatomy of meditation, if you will. So, focused on the breathing, focused primarily on the techniques. Once we get into session 6 and 7, that's when we start to experiment with the spiritual aspect of meditation. And it would serve also as a good intro before we get into the intermediate 7-week course, which deals more with the spiritual aspect of our practice. So I hope everyone can make it to the last 2 sessions, especially because we won't be recording them. Okay, but with that, I'd like to conclude today's session. And if you can stay, you can turn your cameras back on. And if you can stay for the Q&A, that would be great, because we always get a lot of good discussion during the Q&A. But if you're busy and you have to log off, I respect that too. So don't feel bad. So anyway, let me